Overthinking is one of the most insidious mental patterns in modern life, quietly undermining focus, productivity, decision-making, and emotional well-being. Yet, it is a habit that can be transformed through deliberate, actionable strategies that cultivate clarity, resilience, and rational thought. At the foundation of these strategies is present-centered awareness, which anchors attention to the here and now, redirecting energy from the endless hypothetical scenarios of the past or future into tangible action and mindful observation. Techniques such as mindful breathing, deliberate single-tasking, and conscious engagement with sensory details serve to quiet the mental noise and reorient the mind toward productive attention. Cognitive distancing is equally essential, allowing one to separate oneself from intrusive thoughts by observing them objectively, labeling them as speculative, interpretive, or factual, and questioning their utility and controllability. A technique deeply rooted in both cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and Stoic philosophy, which teaches that the mind should serve reason rather than succumb to unrestrained speculation. Overthinking is often exacerbated by information overload, and managing digital and informational consumption is critical. Setting intentional boundaries for social media and email use, curating high-quality content, and prioritizing deep work over constant stimulus ensures that mental energy is reserved for meaningful decisions rather than fragmented, reactive thought patterns. Structured reflection transforms the mental energy of overthinking into productive insight. Journaling daily allows one to catalog patterns, track recurring anxieties, and generate actionable solutions, while time-boxed reflection sessions prevent rumination from spilling into all hours of the day. And action-oriented contemplation channels thought into concrete strategies rather than endless what-ifs, cultivating both clarity and confidence. Emotional resilience is another cornerstone of halting overthinking, as excessive rumination often originates from fear, self-doubt, or insecurity. Practices such as self-compassion, acceptance of imperfection, and cultivating a mindset of equanimity reduce the emotional intensity that fuels obsessive thinking, while physical practices like regular exercise, yoga, meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation support neurochemical balance, lower cortisol levels, and strengthen the mind-body connection, all of which create a more stable platform for rational thought. Decision-making frameworks provide an additional layer of defense against analysis paralysis. Tools like pros and cons lists, time-limited decision-making, and the Pareto principle, which emphasizes focusing on the 20% of actions that produce 80% of results, streamline choice processes and prevent the mind from spiraling into endless consideration of minor details, allowing individuals to act decisively and confidently. Stoic principles, championed by philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, offer timeless methods to reduce overthinking by emphasizing reflection on controllables, acceptance of uncertainty, and premeditation of potential challenges, premeditatio malorum, which mentally prepares one for adversity without allowing fear or speculation to dominate thought. Integrating these practices encourages perspective of detachment from outcomes and attachment to virtue, reason, and purposeful action. Physical anchors are another powerful technique, especially when cognitive strategies alone are insufficient. Walking, grounding exercises that engage the senses, or subtle movements redirect mental energy, interrupt obsessive thought loops, and reinforce awareness of the present, while also providing the dual benefit of physical wellness that complements mental clarity. Cultivating a mindset of acceptance is arguably the most profound antidote to overthinking, as it trains the mind to release unnecessary mental exertion on scenarios that are either uncontrollable or inherently uncertain, allowing focus to shift to deliberate action and meaningful priorities. embracing impermanence, recognizing the transient nature of thoughts, and acknowledging that not all problems require immediate solutions fosters serenity, mental flexibility, and adaptive resilience. In practical application, these techniques intersect and reinforce one another. Mindfulness and present-centered awareness reduce reactive thinking. Cognitive distancing and structured reflection clarify the nature of concerns. Emotional resilience stabilizes responses to stressors. Decision-making frameworks prevent paralysis. Stoic exercises instill perspective and rational prioritization. And physical anchors reinforce the mind's alignment with reality, creating a comprehensive system to prevent the habitual overthinking that impedes mental performance and emotional equilibrium. Importantly, the cultivation of these practices is not about suppressing thought or denying natural cognitive processes, but rather about training the mind to evaluate the relevance, accuracy, and controllability of thoughts, thereby transforming overthinking from a paralyzing pattern into an instrument of deliberate insight, strategic planning, and reflective wisdom. This approach not only mitigates stress and indecision, but also fosters creativity, emotional balance, and sustained focus, as the mind learns to operate within boundaries of rationality and practical utility rather than chaos and distraction. By consistently implementing strategies such as present-centered mindfulness, cognitive distancing, structured journaling, emotional regulation, disciplined information management, decision-making frameworks, Stoic reflection, and physical grounding, individuals can reclaim authority over their mental landscape, gradually reducing the frequency, intensity, and duration of overthinking episodes and developing a resilient, adaptable, and rational mindset capable of facing uncertainty with calm confidence. Overthinking, when approached with awareness and methodical practice, can be redirected from a destructive habit into a source of insight, as the same cognitive faculties that once fueled anxiety can be harnessed to evaluate options, anticipate challenges, and refine personal and professional decisions. In this sense, the mastery of thought becomes both an art and a discipline, where vigilance, reflection, and intentionality replace rumination, worry, and indecision, resulting in enhanced clarity, purposeful action, and emotional equilibrium. Ultimately, the journey to stop overthinking is both practical and philosophical, combining the insights of modern psychology with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism to produce a comprehensive mental toolkit, one that empowers individuals to act decisively, respond calmly, and maintain focus amidst the inevitable uncertainties of life, thereby transforming the mind from a battlefield of excessive thought into a well-ordered, disciplined, and serene instrument of rational action, creativity, and inner peace. Stoic therapy skills are a profound, time-tested methodology for cultivating resilience, clarity, and rational control over the mind, offering a roadmap for navigating the complexities of modern life while addressing the habitual overthinking, anxiety, and emotional turbulence that so frequently derail focus and productivity. Rooted in the principles espoused by Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, these skills emphasize the disciplined use of reason, the distinction between what is within one's control and what is not, and the deliberate shaping of perception and action to align with virtue, purpose, and tranquility, providing a highly practical framework that merges ancient wisdom with contemporary psychological insight. Central to Stoic therapy is the practice of mindful observation of thought, which requires cultivating an impartial awareness that separates the observer from the content of thought, allowing one to recognize intrusive, exaggerated, or irrational mental narratives without being consumed by them, thereby creating cognitive distance, reducing reactivity, and enabling intentional response rather than reflexive rumination. This technique is enhanced through journaling, reflection, and structured contemplation, which enable individuals to document recurring thought patterns, identify maladaptive tendencies, and consciously replace them with reasoned, constructive perspectives, thereby transforming mental energy from chaotic overthinking into deliberate insight, problem-solving, and proactive planning. Another essential Stoic therapy skill is the art of dichotomy of control, which emphasizes the discernment between events, outcomes, or circumstances that are within one's power and those that lie beyond influence, a skill that directly mitigates the cognitive and emotional burden of worry, regret, or fear. By internalizing this principle, individuals learn to focus effort exclusively on purposeful action, ethical decision-making, and personal growth, while cultivating an equanimous attitude toward external events, thereby freeing mental resources for creativity, strategic planning, and adaptive resilience rather than futile speculation. Complementing this is the practice of negative visualization, premeditatio malorum, a sophisticated mental exercise in which potential adversities, challenges, or undesirable outcomes are anticipated in advance and mentally rehearsed, not to induce fear, but to cultivate preparedness, acceptance, and composure, transforming anxiety into strategic insight and reinforcing psychological resilience. This practice aligns with modern cognitive behavioral techniques, including exposure and reframing, and serves as a powerful tool for reducing uncertainty-driven overthinking while increasing confidence, adaptive problem-solving, and emotional stability. Stoic therapy skills also emphasize the cultivation of emotional regulation through rational reflection, wherein intense emotions, impulses, or reactive tendencies are examined in light of reason, virtue, and long-term consequences, allowing the practitioner to identify the roots of anger, envy, regret, or fear, and consciously modulate their expression or internalization. This skill promotes self-mastery, reduces impulsive behavior, and fosters interpersonal harmony, creating a mental landscape in which thoughts and emotions serve strategic and ethical purposes rather than becoming sources of internal chaos or indecision. Another critical Stoic therapy skill is habitual reframing of perspective, which involves deliberately interpreting events, setbacks, and challenges in a manner that emphasizes opportunity, learning, and alignment with virtue rather than misfortune or personal grievance. This cognitive reframing not only reduces the psychological impact of adversity, but also strengthens resilience, self-efficacy, and adaptive thinking, and is directly correlated with increased productivity, mental clarity, and overall life satisfaction. Central to the mastery of these skills is the practice of deliberate reflection and journaling, which serves as both a diagnostic and transformative exercise, allowing individuals to identify thought distortions, evaluate ethical alignment of decisions, and reinforce lessons learned through daily experiences, thereby creating a feedback loop that continuously improves cognitive, emotional, and behavioral competence. This reflective discipline parallels modern therapeutic interventions, such as cognitive restructuring and mindfulness-based therapy, yet is distinguished by its integration with a comprehensive, moral and philosophical framework that encourages the pursuit of virtue, purpose, and equanimity. Physical embodiment and grounding techniques complement these cognitive and philosophical skills, as Stoic therapy recognizes the interconnectedness of mind and body. Practices such as disciplined routines, moderate physical exercise, breath control, and mindful engagement with the natural world not only improve physiological resilience, but also reinforce mental focus, emotional stability, and cognitive clarity, creating a holistic approach in which thought, emotion, and action are harmonized toward rational and purposeful living. Stoic therapy skills also encompass deliberate exposure to challenges, which involves willingly confronting discomfort, uncertainty, or adversity in a controlled and reflective manner, thereby strengthening psychological fortitude, reducing avoidance-driven overthinking, and enhancing decision-making under pressure. This method parallels exposure therapy in contemporary psychology but is infused with the ethical and philosophical depth of Stoicism, emphasizing endurance, self-discipline, and the cultivation of courage as a guiding principle for all action. Another high-value Stoic skill is the cultivation of gratitude and appreciation for impermanence, which trains the mind to recognize the fleeting nature of events, possessions, and relationships, promoting detachment from trivial anxieties while fostering contentment, focus, and appreciation for meaningful experiences. By internalizing impermanence, practitioners are less likely to invest mental energy in obsessive thought cycles, instead directing attention toward constructive action, ethical engagement, and purposeful living. Finally, Stoic therapy emphasizes the integration of thought into action, ensuring that intellectual insights, emotional regulation, and ethical principles are consistently applied in daily life rather than remaining abstract. Through conscious alignment of intentions, behaviors, and reflections with reason and virtue, the practitioner cultivates a mind that is not only disciplined and clear, but also effective in navigating complex social, professional, and personal challenges, reducing the habitual overthinking that arises from indecision, uncertainty, or misalignment between thought and action. Collectively, these Stoic therapy skills, mindful observation, dichotomy of control, negative visualization, emotional regulation, habitual reframing, deliberate reflection, physical grounding, exposure to challenges, appreciation of impermanence, and integration of thought into action constitute a comprehensive system for mental mastery, resilience, and clarity, offering both philosophical depth and practical applicability. When consistently practiced, they transform the mind from a reactive, overthinking state into a disciplined, rational, and serene instrument capable of navigating uncertainty, adversity, and the demands of modern life with confidence, ethical integrity, and emotional equilibrium, positioning Stoic therapy as one of the most valuable and high-demand skill sets for anyone seeking to optimize cognitive function, reduce mental clutter, enhance emotional resilience, and cultivate purposeful, intentional living in the contemporary world. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, provides timeless guidance on cultivating mindfulness, emotional resilience, and cognitive clarity, offering strategies that are remarkably relevant for the modern individual seeking to reduce overthinking, enhance focus, and live with purpose. His insights emphasize the disciplined observation of thought, deliberate attention to the present, and the alignment of action with reason and virtue, forming a comprehensive framework for mental mastery, ethical living, and sustained serenity. Central to Marcus Aurelius' approach is the cultivation of present moment awareness, which anchors the mind in the tangible reality of experience rather than the speculative anxieties of the past or future. He repeatedly urges the examination of one's immediate perceptions and actions, reminding practitioners that only the present moment is within one's control, and that dwelling excessively on hypothetical outcomes or past regrets serves neither virtue nor productivity, a principle that aligns closely with modern mindfulness practices and cognitive behavioral strategies designed to reduce rumination and obsessive thinking. Another core Marcus Aurelius mindfulness tip is the practice of thought observation and self-inquiry, wherein individuals are encouraged to step back from internal narratives, assess the rationality and utility of their thoughts, and consciously choose which mental patterns to entertain or dismiss. This reflective stance transforms the mind from a reactive vessel of uncontrolled impulses into a deliberate instrument of insight. enabling the regulation of emotional responses, reduction of cognitive distortions, and fostering of a calm, clear mental state conducive to strategic decision-making and ethical action. A further critical component is the differentiation between what is within one's control and what is not, a foundational Stoic tenet that Marcus Aurelius emphasizes throughout his meditations. By internalizing this dichotomy, individuals learn to focus energy and attention exclusively on their own judgments, intentions, and actions, while cultivating equanimity toward outcomes, external circumstances, or the behavior of others, thereby minimizing anxiety, regret, and obsessive planning while maximizing efficacy, purpose-driven action, and resilience in the face of uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius also advocates the habitual reflection on impermanence and mortality, memento mori, which sharpens mindfulness by reminding practitioners of the transient nature of life, relationships, and worldly concerns. This perspective diminishes attachment to trivial worries, reduces overthinking, and fosters appreciation for the present, motivating the individual to act with clarity, intention, and ethical consistency, while also reinforcing humility, perspective, and long-term focus, a practice that modern psychology correlates with enhanced gratitude, reduced anxiety, and increased life satisfaction. Another indispensable mindfulness skill highlighted by Marcus Aurelius is deliberate journaling and daily reflection, which provides a structured mechanism to examine thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, identify recurring cognitive distortions, reinforce ethical alignment, and consolidate lessons learned from lived experience. This exercise promotes metacognition, self-awareness, and the intentional cultivation of rational habits, effectively converting potential overthinking into constructive insight, problem-solving, and goal-directed mental processing. Integral to Marcus Aurelius' mindfulness guidance is the practice of rational emotional regulation, which involves examining the origin, validity, and proportionality of emotional responses, particularly those driven by anger, fear, envy, or resentment. By scrutinizing and reframing such emotions through the lens of reason, one develops resilience, reduces reactivity, and maintains mental equilibrium, thereby ensuring that thoughts and emotions function as instruments of clarity and virtue rather than sources of distraction, anxiety, or mental fatigue. Equally significant is the cultivation of perspective and cognitive reframing, where individuals are encouraged to interpret challenges, setbacks, and interpersonal conflicts in terms of opportunity, ethical growth, or natural law rather than personal grievance or fear. This deliberate reframing enhances adaptability, reduces mental clutter, and strengthens strategic thinking, enabling one to navigate complex environments and high-pressure situations with calm, disciplined judgment, and enduring focus, reflecting the high-demand skill set required for leadership, decision-making, and personal development. Marcus Aurelius also emphasizes physical and environmental awareness as a complement to mental mindfulness, highlighting the importance of disciplined routines, moderate exercise, observation of nature, and the conscious engagement of the senses to reinforce mental clarity, emotional stability, and a grounded presence. This holistic integration of mind, body, and environment strengthens the capacity for sustained focus, reduces impulsive or compulsive overthinking, and supports the long-term cultivation of resilience, vitality, and purposeful action. Additionally, Marcus Aurelius teaches the principle of detachment from external opinion, advising practitioners to focus on internal virtue and reasoned action rather than seeking validation or approval from others. A practice that not only reduces anxiety and overthinking driven by social comparison, but also fosters self-reliance, confidence, and consistent alignment with personal and ethical standards. Complementing this is the deliberate engagement with adversity, where challenges are embraced as opportunities to exercise courage, patience, and discipline rather than avoided or resisted. Through this intentional exposure, mindfulness is reinforced. Emotional fortitude is cultivated, and the mind becomes trained to remain present, clear, and rational even in high-pressure or uncertain circumstances, transforming potential stressors into exercises in mastery and insight. Marcus Aurelius also highlights the importance of consistent practice and habituation, recognizing that mindfulness is not a one-time achievement, but a disciplined, ongoing cultivation of awareness, reflection, and ethical alignment. By integrating these practices into daily routines, individuals gradually develop a resilient, focused, and serene mind capable of sustaining clarity, reducing overthinking, and making decisions rooted in rational insight, purpose, and virtue. Finally, Marcus Aurelius' mindfulness guidance emphasizes the integration of thought, emotion, and action, ensuring that self-awareness, reflection, and rational insight are consistently translated into ethical behavior, strategic choices, and purposeful engagement with life. This alignment transforms the mind from a reactive, overthinking instrument into a disciplined, high-functioning tool capable of navigating complexity, uncertainty, and human relationships with calm, reasoned confidence, and enduring mental clarity. Collectively, Marcus Aurelius' mindfulness tips, including present moment awareness, thought observation, dichotomy of control, memento mori, journaling, rational emotional regulation, cognitive reframing, environmental grounding, detachment from opinion, engagement with adversity, consistent practice, and integration of thought and action form a comprehensive system for mental mastery, emotional resilience, and purposeful living, offering actionable, high-demand strategies for anyone seeking to reduce overthinking, enhance cognitive focus, cultivate virtue, and achieve clarity, calm, and efficacy in all areas of life, making these timeless techniques as valuable today as they were in the ancient Stoic world and ensuring their relevance for high performance, mindful, and intentional living in the contemporary age. Controlling one's thoughts through the principles of Stoicism is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to navigate the complexities of modern life with mental clarity, emotional resilience, and purposeful action, offering a framework to reduce overthinking, manage stress, and cultivate a disciplined, focused, and rational mindset. At its core, Stoic thought asserts that while external events lie beyond our control, our judgments, interpretations, and reactions are entirely within our domain, and mastery over these internal processes is the foundation of inner freedom, serenity, and ethical living, making thought control not merely a cognitive exercise, but a profound philosophical and psychological skill set essential for personal growth, high-performance decision-making, and enduring mental equilibrium. Central to controlling thoughts in a Stoic context is the deliberate practice of self-observation and introspection, which involves maintaining vigilant awareness of mental patterns, recognizing intrusive or unproductive thoughts, and evaluating their alignment with reason, virtue, and practical utility. This practice converts habitual overthinking into intentional reflection, enabling the identification of cognitive distortions, irrational fears, and self-limiting beliefs, and fostering the disciplined regulation of attention toward constructive, purposeful, and reality-based contemplation. Another critical Stoic principle for thought control is the dichotomy of control, which empowers the practitioner to distinguish between what is within one's influence and what is not, thereby redirecting mental energy from futile worry over uncontrollable outcomes to deliberate action over one's judgments, decisions, and ethical conduct. By internalizing this distinction, individuals reduce anxiety, increase focus, and cultivate resilience, transforming mental effort from reactive rumination into proactive problem-solving, planning, and ethical engagement. Stoicism also emphasizes the practice of cognitive reframing, wherein one consciously interprets challenges, setbacks, or perceived threats through a lens of rationality. Virtue, an opportunity for growth rather than fear, regret, or resentment. This deliberate mental restructuring reduces emotional turbulence, mitigates obsessive overthinking, and strengthens adaptive thinking, enabling the mind to respond to adversity with equanimity, strategic insight, and ethical integrity, a skill that aligns closely with modern cognitive behavioral techniques, such as cognitive restructuring and thought challenging. Premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization, is another indispensable tool for controlling thoughts, wherein the mind anticipates potential difficulties, losses, or obstacles in advance, not to induce anxiety, but to foster preparedness, perspective, and composure. By rehearsing challenges mentally, the practitioner gains the ability to encounter real-life adversities with measured response, reducing impulsive reactions, overthinking, and emotional reactivity while reinforcing a rational and resilient mindset capable of sustained focus and effective decision-making. Emotional regulation through reasoned reflection is equally central to Stoic thought control, as emotions, if unexamined, can hijack cognition and provoke compulsive, counterproductive rumination. Stoicism teaches that emotions arise from judgments and interpretations, not external events themselves, and therefore, by correcting or reframing these judgments, one can regulate emotional intensity, maintain composure under pressure, and cultivate a mind that is both disciplined and responsive rather than reactive and fragmented. Practicing habitual reflection and journaling serves as a practical application of Stoic thought control, providing a structured method to examine daily experiences, identify recurring mental patterns, clarify ethical priorities, and reinforce rational thinking. This continuous process of introspective review strengthens metacognition, reduces intrusive or obsessive thoughts, and ensures the reflection is solution-oriented rather than merely repetitive rumination, enabling individuals to systematically train the mind to remain aligned with reason, virtue, and long-term objectives. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers also emphasize mindful engagement with the present moment as a critical strategy for thought control, asserting that much mental suffering stems from dwelling on past mistakes or future uncertainties. By intentionally focusing on current perceptions, tasks, and responsibilities, the practitioner prevents the proliferation of hypotheticals and obsessive speculation, grounding attention in actionable reality, enhancing productivity, and fostering a sense of calm clarity that serves as the foundation for ethical decision-making and emotional resilience. Physical embodiment and environmental awareness further reinforce the control of thought, as Stoics recognize the inseparable connection between mind, body, and surroundings. Disciplined routines, regular exercise, mindful observation of nature, and deliberate sensory engagement create a physiological and cognitive environment conducive to rational thought, reducing mental clutter, enhancing focus, and supporting the sustained practice of Stoic principles under the pressures of modern life. A high-value Stoic skill for thought control also involves detachment from external opinion and social validation, cultivating a mindset in which self-worth, purpose, and action are grounded in reason and virtue rather than in approval, judgment, or comparison with others. This detachment minimizes anxiety-driven overthinking, fortifies self-discipline, and fosters the internal locus of control necessary for sustained cognitive and emotional mastery. Complementing these practices is the deliberate confrontation of challenges and adversity, wherein one voluntarily engages with discomfort, uncertainty, or complex situations in a reflective, composed manner, thereby training the mind to respond to obstacles with clarity, resilience, and ethical discernment rather than panic, distraction, or obsessive thought. Such exposure strengthens both cognitive control and emotional fortitude, ensuring that the practitioner can navigate real-world demands with calm, rational judgment, and practical efficiency. The ultimate goal of controlling thoughts in Stoicism is the integration of cognition, emotion, and action, ensuring that awareness, rational insight, and ethical principles are consistently applied in decision-making, interpersonal relationships, and life management. When thought control is successfully internalized, the mind operates as a disciplined instrument, capable of prioritizing meaningful action over trivial speculation, embracing uncertainty without fear, and sustaining clarity, focus, and moral alignment even amidst complexity, adversity, or high-pressure environments. Collectively, Stoic thought control encompasses self-observation, dichotomy of control, cognitive reframing, negative visualization, rational emotional regulation, habitual reflection, present moment mindfulness, physical grounding, detachment from external validation, deliberate engagement with challenges, and the integration of thought, emotion, and action, forming a comprehensive, high-value system for mental mastery, ethical living, and purposeful engagement. Consistently applied, these techniques reduce overthinking, cultivate resilience, optimize decision-making, and develop a disciplined, high-functioning mind capable of navigating the uncertainties of modern life with calm, rational confidence, inner freedom, and enduring clarity, making Stoic thought control one of the most valuable, high-demand skill sets for personal growth, leadership, and sustained well-being in contemporary society. Mental clarity and emotional resilience are essential, interdependent competencies that empower individuals to navigate the complexities of modern life with precision, composure, and effectiveness, reducing overthinking, enhancing decision-making, and cultivating a state of sustained focus and purposeful engagement. Mental clarity refers to the capacity to perceive reality accurately, prioritize effectively, and maintain uninterrupted attention on meaningful tasks, while emotional resilience is the ability to adaptively manage stress, regulate intense emotions, and recover from setbacks with equilibrium, both of which are foundational to high-performance cognitive functioning, psychological well-being, and leadership effectiveness, making their cultivation a high-demand skill set in personal development, professional achievement, and holistic life mastery. Achieving mental clarity begins with present-moment awareness, a disciplined practice that anchors attention to the immediate task, perception, or responsibility rather than allowing the mind to be consumed by hypotheticals, regrets, or anticipatory anxieties. By cultivating mindfulness through meditation, breath-focused exercises, single-tasking, or sensory engagement, individuals strengthen cognitive control, reduce intrusive thought patterns, and enhance the capacity for deliberate, rational analysis, transforming the mind from a cluttered, reactive state into a highly functional instrument capable of sustained focus and insight. Closely linked to clarity is cognitive prioritization, which entails systematically identifying and directing attention toward high-value tasks and decisions, while filtering out distractions, trivial concerns, and unproductive mental loops. Techniques such as structured planning, the Eisenhower matrix, time boxing, and deliberate goal setting enable the mind to conserve energy for meaningful cognition, reduce decision fatigue, and prevent overthinking from overwhelming the capacity for action, creating a mental environment that is optimized for strategic thinking, innovation, and ethical execution. Emotional resilience complements these strategies by enabling the individual to navigate adversity, uncertainty, and interpersonal challenges without succumbing to reactive, maladaptive, or obsessive thinking. Emotional resilience is strengthened through self-compassion, cognitive reframing, and the deliberate examination of emotions to identify their origin, proportionality, and utility, thereby converting potential anxiety, fear, or frustration into constructive insight. Adaptive problem-solving and strategic decision-making, while simultaneously preserving physiological and psychological equilibrium. A key skill for developing both mental clarity and emotional resilience is structured reflection and journaling, which provides a disciplined mechanism for evaluating thought patterns, emotional responses, and behavioral outcomes. By systematically recording observations, analyzing recurring themes, and linking reflection to actionable strategies, individuals cultivate metacognition, self-awareness, and intentionality, transforming overthinking into productive deliberation, insight generation, and solution-oriented planning, while reinforcing alignment between cognitive perception, emotional regulation, and purposeful action. Another indispensable element is the mastery of cognitive reframing, which involves consciously interpreting challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties through a lens of opportunity, growth, and rational analysis rather than fear, judgment, or personal grievance. Reframing not only strengthens emotional resilience, but also reduces mental clutter, enhances adaptive thinking, and improves decision-making under pressure, ensuring that the mind operates with strategic clarity, composure, and ethical alignment even in complex, high-stakes or uncertain environments. Stoic practices, including premeditatio malorum and the dichotomy of control, provide additional high-value tools for cultivating mental clarity and emotional resilience. By mentally anticipating potential challenges, losses, or obstacles and consciously distinguishing between what is within one's control and what is not, the practitioner fosters preparedness, reduces anxiety-driven overthinking, and develops the capacity to respond to adversity with measured judgment, sustained focus, and ethical consistency, creating a mind that is both rational and adaptable in the face of change or disruption. Physical practices further reinforce cognitive and emotional stability, as disciplined routines, exercise, breath control, and mindful engagement with the natural environment strengthen neurochemical balance, enhance attentional capacity, and support the regulation of stress hormones such as cortisol, creating a foundation for sustained mental clarity and resilience. This integration of mind, body, and environment ensures that clarity and composure are not abstract ideals, but functional attributes that manifest in daily life, decision-making, and interpersonal interactions. Deliberate exposure to controlled challenges and adversity is another high-value strategy, teaching the mind to maintain calm focus, rational analysis, and ethical action under pressure. By gradually confronting discomfort, uncertainty, or high-stakes situations, individuals strengthen emotional endurance, refine problem-solving abilities, and reduce the automatic escalation of anxiety or overthinking, cultivating a mental architecture in which resilience and clarity are naturally activated rather than effortfully imposed. Cultivating gratitude, perspective, and impermanence awareness enhances mental clarity and emotional resilience by reducing attachment to trivial worries, shifting focus to meaningful priorities, and reinforcing the transient nature of difficulties and external circumstances. This mindset, rooted in both Stoic philosophy and modern positive psychology, enables the practitioner to respond to life's challenges with calm discernment, appreciation for the present, and sustainable cognitive and emotional energy. Integration of these practices into daily routines ensures that clarity and resilience are not isolated achievements, but habitual competencies. Consistent journaling, reflection, mindfulness exercises, cognitive reframing, exposure to challenges, physical grounding, and Stoic contemplation collectively train the mind to filter noise, prioritize effectively, and maintain composure, creating a durable capacity for focused thought, strategic action, and adaptive emotional regulation that persists even under complex or high-pressure conditions. The synergy between mental clarity and emotional resilience is critical, as clarity enables rational decision-making, precise attention, and intentional action, while resilience ensures that setbacks, stressors, or interpersonal conflicts do not derail cognitive focus or ethical consistency. Together, they form a holistic skill set that enhances productivity, personal growth, leadership capacity, and overall well-being, making these competencies indispensable in contemporary life. Ultimately, the cultivation of mental clarity and emotional resilience transforms the mind from a reactive, distracted, or overwhelmed instrument into a disciplined, adaptable, and purpose-driven tool capable of navigating uncertainty, complexity, and adversity with confidence, reason, and composure. By consistently applying principles such as present moment awareness, cognitive prioritization, emotional regulation, structured reflection, reframing, Stoic practices, physical grounding, controlled exposure to challenges, and gratitude for impermanence, individuals develop a high-demand, high-value skill set that reduces overthinking, enhances strategic thinking, strengthens adaptive coping, and fosters enduring mental and emotional equilibrium, establishing a foundation for sustained success, ethical decision-making, personal fulfillment, and leadership excellence in both personal and professional spheres, making mastery of mental clarity and emotional resilience not only a practical necessity, but a profound advantage in the pursuit of intentional, rational, and high-performing living.